So started in 2019 down at the Cancer Center. With the pandemic, unfortunately, at the start of 2020, a lot of what I was doing down there was, community-based, and those things all got stopped. In 2022, they started the Workforce Development Coordinator position, which I have taken over, and so more of that focus was on pipeline development and how are we going to develop these pipelines within our communities to bring in caregivers. So I had, reached out to several different areas within our organization, and one was different in emPowerU. And so I had reached out and he said, you know what, this is perfect timing. Our E2 fellowship class is starting, and they do 4 throughout the year. So I was like, I would love to just come and observe, and he was gracious enough to let me do so. And I got to come in, I think the first one is the end of September, and I got to hear and be a part of that class, and it blew me away with everything that they did with the kids. So one thing that is really great about emPowerU is how they're not just focused here on St. Joe. It's not just going to help this community here, it's really a regional view. So just because you come up with an idea and the ideas maybe are created in this space here, that it's taken back to all of those communities and shared. So it's not just here, it's getting shared all throughout the region. emPowerU also makes an investment with our youth because the projects they do really allows them to go through, like I know with E2 is a lot of focus on leadership and what skills can they learn in leadership and the impact that can make on those kids. I mean, I saw just the students themselves as they were going through it, they were themselves feeling empowered, which I'm like, perfect name, emPowerU. That you could tell that they're really feeling empowered, like they didn't realize that, oh my gosh, I can do this myself, I can make these changes, and then it can really have a huge impact on my community. I think these programs really help build leaders for tomorrow because it gets those students to start thinking about problems right now, having to deal with roadblocks or having to deal maybe with difficult people or a problem that is hard to solve. So if they're already having to figure out those skills and dealing with that now, it's just going to help them later. I give specifically and decided to give to Healthy Tomorrow just as I want to see this community grow. And I know it has such good potential, and it just needs that spark from the youth, and to really have them own this, own it and want it to be better. And I don't think it's going to change until we as being here in the community make it happen. And I think the biggest opportunity for that is for our youth. I really don't want kids to feel stuck. I think that's another reason why I donate to this fund, is so we can bring other cooler things here that maybe in a smaller community is not available, that we can give them those opportunities, that it can open their eyes to see that there's more out there, and if there's something, an issue, that they can come up with something and they can solve it, and it can be better. Like the grass isn't always greener somewhere else. My hope is for this to have an impact on all the surrounding communities in Northwest Missouri and make them better places, and we absolutely can do that. We just got to get the kids believing and seeing it.